Hello. Today is Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. Here is your daily signal. According to Fortune, the global oil market is primed for a significant shift as pipeline expansions are set to offset much of the disruption caused by instability in the Strait of Hormuz. The strait remains a vital artery for world energy flows, channeling about 20% of global oil, making its security of utmost concern for importers and exporters alike. In response to recent geopolitical tensions exposing vulnerabilities in supply chains, producers are turning to alternative pipelines for resilience. Saudi Aramco has just announced a pipeline project to bypass the strait, with construction kicking off in July 2026, while ADNOC has signed a $3.2 billion deal to expand its crude network. The U.S. Department of Energy has publicly backed these investments, signaling international coordination. In the near term, these efforts should help stabilize oil prices and boost confidence, especially as construction ramps up and regional jobs see a lift. Over the medium term, success here could see the Strait of Hormuz lose some of its chokehold on global supply, influence OPEC strategies, and potentially redraw energy shipping maps. Next, onto the latest front in the China-US technology rivalry. Beijing's Moonshot AI has thrown Silicon Valley into a tailspin, reports Business Insider, after its Kimi K3 model surged in popularity, forcing the startup to gate new subscriptions due to overwhelming demand. Moonshot, a Beijing-based firm led by Carnegie Mellon PhD Yang Jilin, has quickly closed the gap with U.S. competitors, launching Kimi K3 with a staggering 2.8 trillion parameters, China's largest open-weight AI. Unlike many rivals, Kimi trounced several American models on coding and agent benchmarks, though still trails Anthropic's Claude Fable 5 and OpenAI's GPT 5.6 Sol. Kimi's rapid ascent has triggered market tremors. Nvidia shares slipped 2% as investors worried about China's rising influence. With Alibaba, Tencent, Baidu, and ByteDance pledging tens of billions more for AI infrastructure, and policymakers in the U.S. like David Sachs and Dean Ball debating fresh restrictions, this is a defining moment. In the near term, Kimi's open-weight and low-cost model could supercharge AI adoption outside America, pressuring U.S. companies to rethink pricing and performance. Medium term, China's open-source surge could disrupt Western business models and even democratic norms, while major new infrastructure investments may tilt global tech leadership, spilling over into chip markets and stock valuations. Turning to Hollywood, TechCrunch reveals that Netflix has spent $587 million in cash to acquire Ben Affleck's AI filmmaking startup, Interpositive, as the content giant pivots hard into AI-driven production tech. Back in March 2026, Interpositive, quietly founded by Affleck in 2022, focused on practical AI tools for post-production, color mixing, relighting, and visual effects, rather than text-to-video generation. Affleck will now serve as a senior advisor, working closely with Netflix's chief content officer Bela Bajaria and co-CEO Ted Sarandos as they integrate Interpositive's team of 16 engineers and creatives. Already, Netflix is rolling out the new AI workflows to about 300 streaming titles. In the near term, this could mean faster and cheaper original productions as studios reap efficiency savings from AI automation. Over the medium term, Netflix's tech lead may compel other Hollywood players to ramp up their own AI programs, potentially redrawing the lines between artist and algorithm and raising fresh debates over creativity, jobs, and the future of film. Now, onto the markets. Across international markets, China large cap led with a gain of 2.67%, while France slid nearly 0.89% and Germany declined 0.7%. United Kingdom had a mixed day, up 1.5% month-over-month. Commodities performance was mixed as U.S. oil surged 1.25% and copper rose 1.32%, but gold eased lower by 0.22% and lithium dropped over 2%. Silver managed a 0.39% daily increase, whereas platinum fell 0.2% and uranium edged down marginally. In the favorites category, Adobe fell 1.06% despite a strong 20% monthly advance, and Oracle declined almost 4%. AMD rose 1.58% while Microsoft gained 2.15%. Among key names, Nvidia rose slightly by 0.23% and Amazon gained 1.11%. Apple posted a 2.14% drop but saw nearly 10% gains month-over-month. In sectors, SP 500 was nearly flat, down 0.16%. Healthcare stocks fell sharply by 1.14%. Finance was down 0.39%, while semiconductors managed modest gains. Real estate edged down 0.42%, and aerospace retreated 0.63%. That's it for today. You can find more news and details on our website. Goodbye.